Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Live Inspired Podcast, Monday Morning Moments with John O'Leary. You know, somewhere between their first steps, their first day of kindergarten, and their first drive, we parents begin to realize something. The chapter of raising our children is slowly coming to a close. I know it pains me even to say those words. And with that close, with that conclusion, comes some questions. Will our kids make good decisions? Did we prepare them well enough for what's next? Will they find their people? Will they find their way? I quietly wrestled with these questions a couple weeks back as Beth and I drove our second-born Patrick Michael to Lakeland University. You'd think that this trip with a second child would be easier or less emotional because we've done it before with the first. Well, it wasn't. It was maybe even more emotional. As if emotions weren't already running high enough, our drive north became increasingly unsettling as smoke from the Canadian wildfires drifted south. With the air quality index at historically dangerous levels and visibility perilously low, we even considered turning around. Thankfully, as the afternoon wore on, the wind shifted, the smoke dissipated a bit, and visibility began to return. We arrived on campus, we grabbed Patrick's stuff, headed toward the student union. But I still had felt that significant anxiety, been with me all day long. And that's when it happened. Walking in the opposite direction was a university administrator. She stopped in her tracks, smiled from ear to ear, and called out, "Oh my gosh, Patrick, I'm so glad you chose Lakeland. You're going to love it here." After a short conversation with her, we continued toward orientation, but now with relaxed smiles on our faces. A conversation she likely had already forgotten made us feel seen instead of overlooked, excited instead of anxious. And here's the beautiful part about this conversation, my friends. You do not need to be a university administrator to change someone's day. The challenge is that many of us spend so much of our lives wondering whether we'll fit in that we miss countless opportunities to help someone else recognize and realize they already do. We spend so much time wrestling with anxiety over our own lives that we miss chances to alleviate the fear in someone else's. Today, you can choose to be the neighbor who knows the child's name. You can choose to be the teacher who makes that one student feel special. You can choose to be the friend who sends that encouraging text. You can choose to be the parent who puts down the phone and offers your full, undivided attention. My friends, your smile, your words, your encouragement, that can be the reminder to someone else that their life matters. Because you never know what burden another person is carrying or how close they are to believing that they don't belong. Maybe even they should turn around until you remind them that they do belong and they're actually now at home. In a world that often feels so clouded with fear and uncertainty, one small act of kindness can change the entire atmosphere. Sometimes, my friends, that's all it takes to clear the air. I want to thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Live Inspired Podcast with John O'Leary, and I want to remind you that the foundation is firm and that your best is yet to come. So for this time and until next time, my name is John O'Leary, and today is your day. What a gift. Live with your soul on fire.